Hey guys, so you guys have seemed to be enjoying my videos quite a lot. So today I'm going to make some baked French toast with some strawberry compote. So what we're going to start off with is just describing what we have here. And this is just for a mixture that's going to go on our bread over here. So I'm actually using a brioche bread. You can probably use Texas toast or any kind of other toast that you would like or you prefer to use for your baked French toast. So we also have 3/4 cups of brown sugar. We have a 1/4 cup of sugar. We have 2 cups of milk. This is 2% milk. We have a 1/2 cup right here of heavy cream. If you don't have heavy cream, 1/2 and 1/2 can work as well. We have 8 eggs. We have some nutmeg. We have some cinnamon, and we have some vanilla extract over here. And you're gonna need a big bowl, and then you're gonna need a 9x13 pan. This is a lot smaller because I'm also going to make an order while I'm making this. So this is a lot smaller pan. You can use glass or whatever you guys prefer to use, but preferably 9x13. So you're going to start off, I'm going to cut these in pretty decent sized chunks. All right, so what you're going to do is you're just going to cut these in 3s is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna cut them basically in 4s across. So you just get like a big chunk like that. You're basically just gonna do the same thing till all the bread is cut on your plate here. These chunks are like pretty big, not too small. So basically what I'm going to start doing is adding everything in together and just mixing it up. There's no, honestly, order of what order you guys want to put anything in. It really doesn't matter. The salt. So with the vanilla extract, so we're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I actually already put it in here, but I put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in here. All right, and then you're gonna put a 1/4 cup of nutmeg. You guys can add more nutmeg if you like. I don't prefer nutmeg, so I'm just not gonna add that much. All right, and then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon to this. So now everything is incorporated. You're just gonna mix it basically till all the eggs get mixed in and the cinnamon is well incorporated in there. All right, so this is about what it's gonna look like, and it's totally okay. The cinnamon will float to the top when you stop mixing. That's not a problem. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take all your little chunks that you just cut up and put them right into the mixture. I'm gonna take this whisk and just set it off to the side after I'm done pushing this in here. I don't wanna like forcefully use my hands to put this bread down. I actually started adding my second loaf. So I put my first one in there. My first batch is in there and it's soaking. So as I'm making this, I'm just gonna put my second one in. The more time it has to soak, the better. I'm trying to come up with the easiest recipes possible for you guys so it doesn't take a lot of time. Because I know like a lot of the reasons why people aren't wanting to bake something is just because it takes way too long. So this is just going to be like a make the same day. But if you want to do it overnight, you certainly can. I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys as I can. So All right, I kind of got that smushed down there. You are gonna have to get to a point where you use your hands. Look at this, it's stuck in the hole. How did this bread chunk get in there? So make sure your hands are washed when you do this. I washed my hands a bunch of times. So then you're going to take your pan that you're going to work with and just spray it with any kind of spray you like. I am using coconut spray, but that's just because that's all I have in the house right now. You guys can pretty much use whatever you'd like. If you want to do butter, go ahead and use butter. And what you're going to do is basically just pour it into your pan here. All right, so as you can see, I just pour everything in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna put this in the fridge, and you guys can as well while you make your crumble that's gonna go on top. Or if you wanna do your crumble first and then do, well, at this point you probably have already done this. Unless you watch this video then got everything started. You can either do your crumble first, or you can do this and put it in the fridge and then grab back up. I'm gonna put this in the fridge really quick. All right guys, so next we're gonna start making our crumble here. And you guys can use this in a food processor. I'm just not, because again, I wanna make this a lot easier for you. I realize that not everyone actually has a food processor. So we're just gonna do it by hand today. If you do use it by food processor, you're basically gonna use all the ingredients, except your butter is gonna be cold butter. This is slightly room temperature. So you're gonna start off with a cup of brown sugar. You're gonna use a full stick of the butter. And then I have a full cup of flour here. All right. And then you're gonna use a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, I'm just gonna mix that up. You might have to get to the point where you mix this with your hands. Again, this is a fun one for the kids. I'm trying to come up with kid-friendly things your kids can make, or that's fun, or that's easy for you guys to make. All right, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to use my hands now. Mainly because the butter is kind of room temperature, but not like liquid. So just to make sure everything's fully combined. All right, so this is kind of what it's gonna look like. You can see it's kind of crumbly bits. Everything's really well incorporated. So I would say that's probably your stopping point. That's pretty good. And you can go ahead and grab the casserole out of the fridge. All right, so you guys are gonna grab your casserole out of the fridge, and then it really depends on how much cinnamon you like. And then you're just gonna sprinkle your cinnamon on top. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. And again, I have leftovers because it's for another thing I'm gonna be baking today. And you can pretty much pile on as much as you like. So in addition to this, I'm making the strawberry compote that we're gonna put on top like after we dish it out. But you can also put pecans, you can put walnuts, you can put raisins, you can put apricots and raisins, or together, I don't know, apples, or whatever you guys really prefer in your casserole. But I really like strawberries, and so that's what we're going for today. So this is what it's gonna look like. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop this into the oven at 350, and you're going to bake it for 45 to 50 minutes. And when you bake it, basically it should be brown and crispy on top, and you should kind of see the bread rise through. And it should also not be super wet on the bottom from the egg, so you're just gonna check that, and I will show you guys how to check that when it comes out. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so we have about maybe 25 to 30 minutes for our bake to get out of the oven. So I'm basically going to show you how we start this, and then we'll put this on the oven for you. For our strawberry compote, I basically took 2 small packs and I cut both of them up. They're both kind of quartered or halved, and we're basically going to dump everything in. I am going to keep some onto the side because I want some that like aren't fully baked, so we can get like the real not fully baked ones and more smushy ones. So I'm gonna dump like, you know, most of them in there. You can see most of them are in there. And then I have a bunch that are off to the side that I'm gonna dump in after it's pretty much done. So in here I have about 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and then I put 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna take this lemon juice, and I'm just going to add a teaspoon of lemon juice in there just to kind of drop the acidity down a little bit. And then we're gonna put it on the oven. So let's go ahead and go to the oven. All right guys, so you're gonna put your strawberry mixture on the stove and you're gonna put it to medium to high heat. And so you can already see I've had this on for like a tiny bit, and you can see it already kind of, the sugar is dissolving, and you can kind of see you're getting like a glaziness on the bottom. And this is gonna be on, you'll see it's gonna kind of dilute. So it's gonna be on for a little bit. And just don't leave it at the stove, but kind of watch it. All right guys, so you can see that it's pretty much, it's very watery and liquidy. Everything is kind of, you can kind of see like the strawberries have gotten smaller. So while this is going, we're gonna add some cornstarch to this. And I'm just gonna add, oops, a 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch. And this is basically gonna thicken it. So it's a little bit thicker and not so runny. Just so that when we put it on our French toast, it's like a nice thick, but we also kind of want it to be syrupy. It's gonna kind of take the appearance of syrup. All right, that helps a little bit. We're gonna add one more. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to this. You can see it's just gonna thicken it up a little bit. I'm gonna turn this down a tiny bit. Strawberries are starting to break down. So since it's almost ready, I'm actually going to now add in my extra strawberries that I didn't add in the beginning, just so there's extra thicker ones in there that aren't already like broken down. Add that in. This smells so good. And the French toast smells so good. You guys, if you start making this in the morning, your kids are literally bound to run for breakfast in the morning. So after I added those strawberries in, it's been like a minute or two. It doesn't really need that long. And you're good to go with your strawberry compote. So to check it, you're basically gonna just take a fork. You're gonna pull it away from the side. You can see it's kind of actually, you can see it in there. It is baked up on the side. What I would do is I just pull away from the side. Just kind of, I'm gonna check it on the inside just to make sure there's not any more runny egg in there. Oh my gosh, my side keeps coming out. And it looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it in for another 5 minutes. It is kind of crispy on the edge. I just turn mine because it usually just gets the back a lot hotter. So I'm gonna put in there for like another 5 minutes. So it has been 55 minutes total, and by the time it's done. All right, you guys, so I just got the French toast out of the oven, and this is what it's about to look like when you're done with it. And so now we're just gonna cut into it, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, you guys, this is it, all dressed up. I just cut out a piece, and I put the strawberries on, and it's ready to go. Enjoy, guys. Let me know if you like it. Alright, you guys, so that's pretty much it for this baking video. If you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Become a member of the Katie Cakes & Co fam. Now, if you want to leave a comment, make sure you go to my Instagram or my Facebook page, or tag me in your Instagram stories if you make this video. If you make this recipe or any of our other recipes, make sure you just tag us and do it on our Facebook or Instagram, because for some reason the comments are now being turned off on the videos. So just be sure you go through either Facebook or Instagram, or tag us through your stories, guys, because we are super duper interested in seeing what you guys make, and especially if you make our recipes. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.